Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a continuation of Intro to C Sharp with Kamogelo. So today we are going to look at decision making. Well, decision making is just telling the program what to do after a certain condition is met. Just like when you're at an ATM and you press a certain number, a certain thingy button, and then something happens, and then you press another one, takes you to a different screen. So that just means like a certain condition was met for that to happen. You can use a pseudocode or a flowchart to plan your program's logic. Pseudocode is just writing your program's logic in plain English. So yeah, we're just gonna play around with a bunch of if statements, switch statement. So yeah, we're just gonna do that. Well, there are a few statements that you can use to make decisions in C Sharp. You can use an if statement, an if else, or a switch statement. I will just start with an if statement. Right now, I'm just going to make an example where we're going to compare two numbers. If the first one is greater than the second one, it should display my name. So you just declare first number, 5, and then the second number equals to 3. And then so you're just going to say if, and then open and close bracket. Inside the brackets, you put in the condition that has to be met, that must be met. So we are going to compare the two numbers. If the first one is greater than the second one, it should display my name. So the first number, if the first number is greater than the second number, display my name. Well, you can display your own name. So 5 is greater than 3, so I'm expecting my name to be displayed. Okay. And then if you want to see what happens if that condition is not met, you can just change that to less than and then run the program. You'll see that nothing happens because that condition was not met. So yeah, people, that is how you use an if statement. So you can have an if statement inside an if statement. That is called a nested if. So let's just try to do that here. I'm just gonna compare the first number and the third number and put the if statement inside there. So third number, and then we'll just say that's not too weird. Okay, still looks weird. So just say if the first number equals to third number, display Kamogelo. Because they both 5s, it should display Kamogelo. And this is how you say equal. You put two equal signs. One equal sign is for assignment, so do not forget. If you wanna compare two numbers using the equal sign, you have to have two equal signs. So since 5 and 5 are equal, it should display this. Okay. And then if you want to see what happens if that condition is not met, you can just put an exclamation mark there. The exclamation mark is for not equals to. So that's the exclamation mark plus the equal sign. That's just saying if the first number is not equal to the third number, display that. But because they're equal, it's not gonna display anything. See, nothing happened. But if we put 2 here, it should display Kamogelo. See, because they are not equal. The second decision-making statement you can use is an if-else statement. It has two possible results. So if the first condition is not met, it goes to the else part and executes that part. So you're just gonna have your normal if statement here and then put in here, in else, and then display something in here. Let us just display the third number. So if this is met, it should display this. Else, it must display this. So right now, 5 is greater than this, so it should display Kamogelo. So there's Kamogelo, but if 5 is less than 3, if that's not met, it should go in here. Yes, so 5 is not less than 3, so it should go into the else part and execute that. So yeah, that's basically like an if statement with another alternative. You can have more than one condition for your if statement by using the conditional operators. You can use the and or the or conditional operator. When you use the and, both sides must be true, and then if you're going to use the or operator, any of the sides can be true for the if statement to execute what's inside. So let's start with the end. This is how you do your end. Use the end characters, 2 of them, and then you say if the first, okay, so let's just say second number is greater than third number, and then also this must be greater. So with the end, this side and this side have to be true. So for us, that's true. 5 is greater than 3, and then 3 is greater than 2. So it should display Kamogelo. Okay. But if we do this, it's not going to display it because one of the sides is not true. So it's going to display third number 2. But if we use the or, this is how you put your or. This is gonna display Kamogelo because this side is not true, but this side is true, so still works. And if both of them are true, still that. But let's see, if none of them are true, that's when it's not gonna, it's just gonna display the third number 2. So yeah, that's how you use a conditional operator to have multiple conditions. And lastly, we'll have a look at a switch statement. A switch statement allows you to compare a variable to a list of values. So I'm just going to explain this using an example. This is how a switch statement looks like. You have your switch keyword here, and inside the brackets you have your switch expression. This is the variable that you'll be comparing to a list of values, and then the cases are the list of values that you'll be using. So what you're saying is that if this number, the number 5, is equals to 1, display that. If it's equals to this, display that. If it's not equals to any of these, go to this, the default. So since the test number is equals to this 5, it should display matches. Let us just run that. See, and then if this was, let's say, a 3, it's gonna display does not match. See, yeah, so that's basically a switch statement. So you use this instead of having like a complicated nested if statement. So yeah, this is the end of the tutorial. Thank you for watching.